Right, we're ready for the next one. Okay, so there's one purl stitch first. This can get fiddly. You can drop the stitch, that needle out of the stitch, if you're not careful. So if you want to put a needle stopper on there, go for it. So the first stitch, this is a 5-stitch cable. See, yeah, there it goes. Get your butt back in there, sir. Right, okay, so you've taken the first stitch off and you're holding it to the back on a cable needle. The next stitch is knit through back loop. Then we're going to yarn over, which I do by coming around underneath and then back over the top, and then you just simply slip that stitch. Next cable, pull that off to the front. Okay, then we are going to just knit that normally, and then it goes back on the left hand needle. Now we're going to be playing with this back one, so get it ready. Make sure your yarn is out of the way, pulled to the back of the work. Now then, this is going over this stitch, so this is how I'm doing it. I take that stitch off and I pull that yarn quite tight so that it's easier, and then we come and pull that. That's getting away from me. We are going to pull that tight and pull it through. There we go. This is still a working stitch. Then that goes, and you can at least drop one cable. Then that stitch is going over that stitch too, so that's coming here. You need to avoid the yarn over. You need to get into the bottom of that stitch. Pull tight, makes it easier. Pull it over, and then you're going to have these 3 plus the first purl stitch. Then we're just doing the last stitch here, so we're going to do a yarn over to make up for that decrease that we did in the middle, and then we're going to knit through back loop, and then that cable needle can come out. We're all good. And that's your big double X in the middle, and then you're going to purl to the next one. So slip the marker, 1 stitch, and we're ready to go again, and I think I will zoom in for the next one. Right, first one comes off, goes to the back. Then we're going to knit behind, knit through the back loop here. Okay, then we're going to do a yarn over, and then we're going to slip the next stitch. Just make sure this needle doesn't drop out too far. Then we're getting our next cable needle, and it is going to the front with the next stitch. Then the next stitch we knit normally, but then that's the one we're going to pull everything over onto. So that comes back onto the left needle, and then we are going to access this purl stitch that we've held on the back, scoot that over, pull this stitch over, keep the working yarn nice and tight. Okay, see, that's all good. That can go, and then you can drop that needle. Then the stitch can come back onto the right hand needle, and then we need to pass that slipped stitch over. Easy squeezy, lemon peasy. Then we do another yarn over, and we're going to knit through the back loop of this one. There he is, and we can just pull that out of there, and then we purl to the end. There we go, 2 big crosses in the middle. Let's do the other side. Okay. Out she comes. Get the needle situated first because it's a purl stitch, and then pull the yarn in. 1 purl stitch. Get ready because you're going to knit next. Cable needle off, held to the back. Then we knit through the back loop, we do a yarn over, and then we slip 1. Then we take the next one off to the front, and then we're going to knit a normal stitch. Then we're going to put it back onto the left hand needle, being very careful not to split the yarn. Then we get into this cable needle here, make sure the yarn's right to the back of the work, slip it over. Then we're going to take that stitch over there, keep that yarn tight, pull it over, then he goes back on the left needle, and you can drop a cable needle. Then we're going to go over onto the right hand side, and we're going to take that stitch. So the one to the right of it is the yarn over, which we definitely don't want to take because then your stitch count's going to be off. So there we go, pop it over, and then you're going to work on this cable needle, so you're going to do a yarn over to make up for the decrease, then you're going to knit through back loop, and out comes the cable needle. Then we just purl to the next pattern, slip, get ready to knit. Oh, I sat on my foot, that's not comfortable. Right, just double check that I'm in frame. Next stitch off, knit through back loop, yarn over, slip, cable needle into the front, and knit normally through the front loop, pop it back to the left, keep the yarn to the back, find this stitch, pop it over, and then grab that one, gotcha, pull it over the stitch, pop it back on, get it back on the right hand needle, and then hold that yarn over back, get into that stitch, pull it over, then we're going to yarn over, then we're going to knit through the back loop. Oh, out he comes, and that's that stitch done. Just purl to the end. There we go. What a cute little sock. Okay, let's get to the next bit.